Hello friends, my name is Uday and I welcome you to this video. As a monthly exercise, we'll see what portfolio level churn equity mutual funds have deployed in the month of June 2020. Let's try to understand equity mutual fund strategy as they position their portfolio for the upcoming Q1 results. Before that, we'll also take a look at the direction of the money flow with respect to the broad, well-known categories of mutual funds with debt and equity. If you feel the video is informative, do like and comment. Share this video with your friends. Please do subscribe to our channel. Give your valuable feedback and suggestions in the comments section. Let's begin with the debt fund segment. In the month of June, net inflows in the overall debt category stood at 2,862 crores versus 63,666 crores of inflows in the month of May, which is straightaway a decline of about 95% over the previous month. Inflows in May were mainly driven by liquid funds, but in June, these funds have seen negative inflows or outflows on the back of advanced tax payments. Outflows from liquid funds was seen as a quarter-end phenomenon when corporates pull out to pay advanced tax payment commitments. In fact, liquid funds saw a net outflow of about 44,226 crores or 10.37% of their AUM as per AMFI data. Within the debt category, credit risk funds continued to witness outflows. However, the outflows were only 1,494 crores in June as compared to 5,173 crores a month ago. However, funds in other debt categories witnessed inflows. As many as 13 of the 16 debt fund categories experienced inflows on a net basis. Interestingly, investors reportedly opted for categories such as low duration, short duration, and corporate bond funds, which form a core of a debt portfolio. In June, short duration, corporate bond funds, and low duration categories witnessed a net inflows of 12,236 crores, 8,324 crores, and 10,737 crores, respectively. As a result, short duration and corporate bond fund categories now have AUM of over 100,000 crores. Notably, low duration funds, if you see this data, were hit hard by a series of defaults and downgrades over the past 2 years, saw renewed interest from investors, reporting a net inflow of 12,236 crores. This picture here gives you a graphic representation of the AUM across various debt fund categories for the month of June and May 2020. As compared to May 2020, the overall debt AUM in June increased by about 1%. Month-on-month AUM comparison suggests that increase was seen in low duration funds, money market, short duration, corporate bond, banking PSU, gilt and floater categories. AUM decreased for liquid, medium duration and credit risk fund categories. Now let's focus on the equity mutual fund segment category. Net inflows in equity took a major hit. Net inflows for the month stood only at rupees 241 crores. Popular categories such as multi-cap funds and large-cap funds saw a net outflow of 778 crores and 213 crores respectively. While delving deep, one finds that the gross inflows in the overall open-ended equity category has largely been intact. However, redemptions from open-ended equity increased by over 75% to 13,520 crores in June from 7,693 crores in May, which resulted in a massive drop in net inflows. One possible explanation of the same could be investors exiting the market owing to the strong rally witnessed in the markets over the past 2 to 3 months. Sensex is now up around 40% from the lowest in the March till date, with markets delivering superior performance over the last 2 months. Several investors may have used this opportunity to exit from their investment as losses reduced. Extension provided by the government for investment in tax saving instruments helped equity linked saving schemes category to register the highest inflows of 587 crores. Overall AUM as of end of June 2020 stood at 700,000 crores approximately. The graph here gives you an insight to the AUM across various equity fund categories for the month of June and May 2020. As compared to May 2020, the overall equity AUM in June 2020 increased by about 7.72%. Month on month AUM comparison suggests that the AUM increase was spread across all categories of the equity segment. All hybrid fund schemes except the arbitrage funds continued to bleed. Arbitrage funds witnessed a healthy inflows of 3,538 crores, a trend that has been in the making for quite a while now. ETFs, on the other hand, had inflows of 4,093 crores in June versus an inflow of 1,018 crores a month ago. Gold fund had inflows of 494 crores and continued to attract investors to the rising asset base. The assets managed by these funds have also increased and are at 10,857 crores as of end of June 2020. Other ETF AUM swelled to 175,000 crores approximately by the end of June 2020. You may take a look at the June AUM comparison versus May AUM for hybrid and other categories that we just discussed. Overall, the total assets under management of the entire mutual fund industry in June rose to 25.5 lakh crores as compared to 24.5 lakh crores in the month of May. Now let's take a look at how portfolios have changed across equity mutual fund segments. Due to limitation, for the sake of analysis, I have selected only highly rated open-ended equity mutual funds that have sizable AUM for the respective category. Let's start with the large cap category of equity mutual funds. This slide gives you details on stocks that are new to the funds, stocks where funds have increased their holdings, stocks where funds have diluted their holdings, and those that funds have exited completely. I have mentioned the AUM in crores so that you get a feeler for the size when we analyze the changes made by these funds. Funds that we have covered are ICICI Prudential Blue Chip, Mirae Asset Large Cap, and Axis Blue Chip Fund. If you analyze the churn, seems that large cap funds have increased the holdings in insurance, telecom, IT, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, and consumer discretionary. Funds seem to lighten their positions in NBFCs, private banks, and autos. Coming to the large and mid cap category of equity mutual funds. Funds that we have covered here are Mirae Asset Emerging Blue Chip, Canara Robeco Emerging Equities, and Kotak Equity Opportunities Fund. Looking at the data, it seems like large and mid-cap funds have increased holdings in IT, telecom, chemicals, FMCG, and consumer discretionary sectors. Selling is seen in oil and gas and power sectors. Financials, pharma, and insurance seem to be a mixed bag. Moving to the multi-cap category of equity mutual funds. I have mentioned previously this is my favorite category in equity mutual fund segment as these funds are free to choose stocks from large, mid or small cap classifications. Funds that we have covered here are Kotak Standard Multi-Cap, Axis Focus 25, UTI Equity, SBI Focus Equity, SBI Magnum Multi-Cap and DSP Equity funds. Here, the approach seems to be very stock specific where buying is seen in stocks like Infosys, TCS, HDFC, HDFC AMC, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Maruti Suzuki, PI Industries to name a few. Selling is seen in Bajaj Auto, Bajaj Finserv, Torrent Pharmaceuticals and Alchem Laboratories just to mention a few names. Mid-cap category where we cover DSP Mid-Cap, Kotak Emerging Equity, L&T Mid-Cap and Axis Mid-Cap funds. Overall, discretionary, technology, textiles and cement saw buying. Pharma seems to be a mixed bag with a stock-specific approach. Banks and auto ancillaries seen some selling. Finally, to the small cap category where we have Nippon India Small Cap, HDFC Small Cap, SBI Small Cap and Axis Small Cap funds. These funds have slowly grown in size over the last 2 months. Very stock specific approach year 2. Notable buys: eClerx, Supreme Industries, Ratnamani Metals, Honeywell Automation. Notable sells to highlight a few: PVR, HDFC Bank, Forgings and Varroc Engineering. Friends, if you like this video and is informative, do give a thumbs up and comment. Share this video with your friends. Please do subscribe to our channel. Give your valuable feedback and suggestions in the comment section. Thank you.